Well, good morning there, Shield Ball Nation. Here is your daily report. Before I even get into that, you know what to do. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button with that bell notification icon so you can get notified when I send up some wonderful information. So, let's get into this. So as we do, we have our COVID facts. It's 19 million. This is for global cases. 19,284,409. Global deaths of 718,133. Global recoveries of 12,378,834. U.S. cases 5,032,805. U.S. deaths of 162,812. U.S. recoveries of 2,577,349. So let's get into what's going on with Biden. It says, due to the pandemic concerns, former Vice President Biden will not be traveling to Milwaukee, Wisconsin to accept his presidential nomination at the Democratic National Convention. Oh, I got some in my eye. When questioned this week about his health, Biden stumbled through his response saying, "I am very willing to let the American public judge my physical and mental my physical as well as my mental fitness and, make a judgment about who I am." Meanwhile, President Trump complained that voters will be casting mail-in votes soon, long before the first debate, and called for moving up the first presidential debate. So the Democrats have been concerned with mental health of Biden, so that's why they kind of keep continuing to call to modify or even reduce the schedule due to that. So they know that a head-to-head debate between Biden and Trump will be absolutely catastrophic to Biden, because then he's just going to stumble his way right through his speech and rebuttals and things like that, and it's not going to be good for them. So let's go to the funds of Trump. This is President Trump's re-election campaign outraised Biden's campaign $165 million to $140 million in July. It says, according to the Republican National Committee, the Trump fundraising total was greater than that of any single month during the 2016 campaign. The Trump campaign recently hired 300 additional field staffers and has $300 million available, just edging Biden's $294 million. So, campaign's ramping up. They're getting more money. So, yeah. That's that. Nothing too spectacular over that. Even though that Biden was receiving a lot of help from Obama, he's still trailing as far as fundraising and also as far as numbers. He was having higher numbers earlier, but now it's kind of even down. Trump in some places have actually are starting to lead the polls. So let's see. Portland. Despite the increased role of Oregon State Police, who replace federal law enforcement, violence continues in Portland, Oregon. Most recently exhibited by the attack on the city's East Precinct. On the 70th consecutive night of unrest, rioters attempted to light the precinct on fire, tore down the wooden barricades protecting windows, rammed the front doors, attempted to dismantle the surveillance cameras, launched fireworks, hurled paint bombs, and threw large rocks at police officers that were dispersing the crowd. 3 individuals were arrested and facing assault and disorderly conduct charges for the attack on Police Officers Association office earlier in the week. So, a lot of people, the reason why the rioters over there are violent is because the federal police. No, it's because they're idiots. No, they want this. You don't get it. They're doing this because they want it. They love that rush, that adrenaline feel. They like the fact that they can hurl something at someone and hide amongst the crowd and get away with it. They can get away with their crimes. That's why they're doing it. So no militia is involved. It's federal police officers that quote unquote cause the violence. But if they, like I said, if they cause the violence, it should stop because they're pulled out and now actual state police are there. Based on your logic, the rioters should disperse, right? No more violence. Maybe go from rioting to a protest. No, they're still doing the same thing. So what excuse are you gonna give for these criminals? Yeah, what I thought. You're gonna have some lame excuse of why these children are acting like pieces of crap. It says a new Gallup poll found that over 80% of black Americans want police to, at a minimum, maintain their current level of presence in their neighborhoods. Well, imagine that. Over 86% of Americans want the same. Black Americans reported seeing police sometimes or very often in their communities, 8 points higher than the national average. However, Gallup noted that this only has a limited impact to their preferences of changing the local police presence. Of black respondents who said police are frequently present, 66% think that they should spend the same time or more time on patrol. So wait, what? Black Lives Matter is trying to defund the police, but actual black people want more police in their neighborhood? Who would have thought? Who would have thought the fact that there's, once again, this is proof that Black Lives Matter and Antifa are just like the regular old Nazi party, defunding the police so then they can have power. But while real Americans, real black Americans to be more specific, want police in their neighborhood. So what's Black Lives Matter about? It's about themselves, about them having the power. They don't care about black lives. So what I want Black Lives Matter movement to do is to refund the police so they can police and protect neighborhoods across the city, across the county, across the state. Because guess what? If you think Black Lives Matter and you hear Black Lives stating they want more police, then maybe you should do what the Black Lives want. But no, they won't. Because they're cowards. Black Lives Matter movement and Antifa are cowards. All they're going to do is do what they want and hide behind the guise of they're doing it for someone else. Go figure, right? Bunch of cowards. Black Lives Matter movement, like I said before, is a joke because Black Lives don't matter to Black Lives Matter. So let's talk about the economy and how it's doing, because it's not doing too great, but it could be worse. It says the total number of Chapter 11 bankruptcies was down year over year for July, with less than 2,000 filings per day. July had a 33% decrease from the year before. However, American Bankruptcy Institute Executive Director Amy Quackenboss said, "We anticipate filing increasing the next few months as more households and companies seek the shelter of bankruptcy amid intensifying financial distress." So we already know that. We already know what's going to happen. We already see it happening. But we're expecting it to happen even more the more that we're forced to go into quarantine over a not so deadly pandemic. Yeah, it's more contagious than most things. It's not as deadly. I don't know. Facts trump feelings. So there you have it. So anyways, just once again, more information. I hope you guys realize that So what's going on? So when you're not getting surprised the fact that you can't go to a voting booth, or reason why there's no debates on TV, or why you have someone, like I mentioned yesterday, someone knocking on your door for Trump. So I just want to kind of get that out there. Stay safe. That's, as of right now, with defunding the police, Black Lives Matter and Antifa put policing into our own hands. So there you have it. So make sure, Shield Wall Nation, you stay strong, you stay resilient. Shield Wall.